Hello and welcome to MLC TV News. I reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Morna Balagrubo. Thanks for joining us. And now a look at the top headlines. Kogi State government has provided startup capital for over 400 women. Former President OBASANJO declares he has national agenda and not anointed candidate for 2023. 2 Air France pilots suspended after cockpit fistfight. And in sports, Angola dents the Tigers' hope of playing at the FIBA World Cup. And now the news in detail. Kogi State Governor Yaya Bello has congratulated the people as the state clocks 31. Governor Bello said it has a long way from her early beginnings. The combined efforts of past and present Kogites have been the building blocks of the hopes and aspirations. While he cannot deny that leadership has failed the state and her people many times in the past, he also acknowledged that development is gradually penetrating all nooks and crannies of the people. This proclamation is contained in a press statement released to journalists in Lokoja by the governor's chief press secretary, Onogu Mohammed. Governor Bello appreciates the founding fathers and those persons, leaders and citizens alike, who have gone before. He said they are the giants on whose shoulders they stand. He also thanks those who are working alongside his administration, both in and out of government over the last 6.5 years. Governor said he came to government with a well-defined blueprint and massive political will, determined to make a positive difference for the people. That is why his administration is making the security of lives and properties a constant priority. They are in a great position to attract and keep new residents and new investments in the economy. The governor also stated achievements in some sectors. In the education sector, Governor Bello said it's top-notch that the government has improved human development indices from basic through to tertiary education levels. They have founded new schools, including a university, the Confluence University of Science and Technology, COSTECH, renovated existing ones and improved both access to educational opportunities and the performance of students in both internal and external examinations. He said our health sector, hundreds of the primary health care centers have been renovated and they have ultra-modern secondary and tertiary hospitals springing up in all the senatorial districts. They are already equipped and some are in the process of being equipped with the state-of-the-art equipment. Kogi State government has provided startup capital for over 400 women, including the physically challenged, cut across the 21 local government areas to mark the state at 31. The First Lady, Rashida Bello, said it is in the interest of her husband, the governor of Kogi State, to raise women with the ability to support their husbands and family, hence the provision of support for those who are already in business and as startup capital for those planning to start. The event was held at the Government House Glass House in Lokoja. Faith Abdulgafar tells us more.
The event brought women together in unity at Glass House Lokoja. Many women, especially the physically challenged, were filled with joy and praises for Governor Yaya Bello for the all-inclusive governance he practices. The wife of the governor and the First Lady, Rashida Bello, said her husband derives joy when women are excelling, noting that women help men to build a better society, hence they need to empower them. Rashida advised them to channel the financial support towards profitable businesses.
To me, to my husband, it's a little token, but as mothers, there's a way, we know our ways to make 1 10. So please, when you receive this little token, see however little you can turn it over. And also, let's look out for our neighbors. Let's look out for the less privileged, because we have to thank God all the time because there are so many people, no matter the condition you think you are, there are so many people that you're better than, and there are so many people that are wishing to be in your position. So on this note, I want to really appeal to all of you that when you return back home, please remember your next door neighbor that cannot afford to eat.
Kogi State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Fatima Kabiu Buba, commended the First Lady's good gesture and urged beneficiaries to make judicious use of what they got.
It is also my pleasure to state, as a matter of conscience and facts, that this is an occasion premised on the government's conscious efforts to implement the Sustainable Development Goals, which seek to bring women and girls out of poverty through empowerment programs. Today is another good day in the tradition of the governor to put smiles in the faces of women and the vulnerable in the state. It is important to emphasize here that government at all levels is poised to come up with programs to ensure women are not left behind in the scheme of things, particularly in the state participation of women in all spheres of human development. Talking about Kogi State, our own state, a state of unity, our conference state, a state of gender appropriation and inclusiveness, a state governed by a purposeful, gender-friendly, gender advocates, and gender ambassadors, who is no one else but our dear governor, Alhaji Yaya Adoza Bello.
The state president of the National Council of Women's Society, Petra Balagbogbo, commended Governor Yaya Bello for involving women in his administration, saying he has also made it possible for women and vulnerable ones to turn their excuses into uses.
Our governor, the only governor in Nigeria that has given women recognition. Before we were relegated to the background, we were asking for 35% of affirmative action, but he has exceeded it. You can see the election and appointment of women in the state and at the local government level. Who has done it? The gender sensitive, gender uplifter has done it for us, and we are grateful.
The head of service, Anna Odio, said what the government has done will go a long way in uplifting their living.
By nature, women are good managers. The token they have been given, I assure you that they will judiciously utilize it to raise themselves economically. The women are likely involved in small-scale and medium-scale enterprises. So what they have been given today will go a long way to establish some people and to help to improve the businesses that some of them are already doing. And it will have an overall positive impact on the state economy.
One among the many beneficiaries thanks the governor and his wife for supporting the physically challenged and promised to add the money to grow her business.
Empowerment that was given to us here as PWDs in Kogi State, we're given a cash of money, and we really appreciate what they have done for us today because most of us didn't even expect it. I have learned a lot of skills. I'm into baking. This money that was given to me, I will add it to support my business.
Over 2 million naira was dispensed to over 400 women across the 3 senatorial districts to mark the state at 31. The Deputy Governor's wife, Ejira Onoja, SSG Folashade Ayo Ade, Director General Pension Commission, and host of top government functionaries joined the First Lady at the event. Faith Abdugafar reporting for MLC TV.
About 17,000 applicants have applied for the secondary school teachers recruitment exercise of the Kogi State government. The exercise is being carried out by the State Science, Technical, Education and Teaching Service Commission, STETSCOM, as the online application has been concluded on the 21st of August 2022. According to our source, successful applicants will soon be notified by message via text or email inviting them for aptitude test. The recruitment is also expected to be concluded before the resumption of schools for first term on the 25th of September 2022. The Nigerian Post newspaper has organized a lecture and award to mark Kogi at 31. The event, held in Nigeria Union of Journalists Secretariat Lokoja, attracted those in public and private circles, including politicians. In our last report, we gave you details of how the lecture went and how leaders have been challenged to look beyond the norms to do things that will improve the welfare and the security of the people. A call was also made to Nigerians to promote only things that will bring unity amongst the people. In this package, our reporter will take you through who were honored by the management of the Nigerian Post for their exceptional services to humanity.
The organizer and editor-in-chief, Nigerian Post newspaper, Michael Abu, said the annual lecture and awards are ways to evaluate how far the state has improved and also to re-strategize on how to build it better. He said the award is not for sale, but to recognize those who have, through their hard work, touched life positively and have also used their career or political office to add value to the society.
Nobody has given me a dime, but looking at how apt it is that we must discuss this topic so that the house must not fall, we had no choice but to take up the challenge to do what we have done today.
On his part, the chairman, Kogi State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Adeiza Momojimo, commended Michael Abu for his commitment to community-based reportage and encouraged him to sustain his good legacies.
Congratulate Mike Abu, the publisher of this Nigeria Post, for the good work he has been doing and for sustaining the local media industry in Kogi State.
Governance and leadership redefined. This house must not fall attracted dignitaries from all walks of life to the venue of the event. Among the recipients of the award is the former Minister of Labour and Productivity, Stephen Ocheni, the representatives of the Governor, Kingsley Fanwo, Chief of Staff, Sandra Mimi, and Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Elizabeth Animokun, including the Provost, COETK, Victoria Adegboro, commended the convener, saying the awards will spur them to do more.
Unity is key to ensuring that the house remains standing. And the other thing is to ensure security of lives and property. And we can say that the present administration in the state has done more than enough to ensure security of lives and property. We have been working very closely with all private-driven media in the state, whether it is print or electronic. We have been working very closely with them because our own media outfit is not enough to inform our people and get them enlightened about what is happening in government.
Speaking on behalf of the Chief of Staff, it's only a call to do more. When you do and people recognize you, it tells you that you should do more, because the whole essence of God blessing you is to reach out to the populace.
I'm elated to accept this award on his behalf. He's a man that walks his talk. He has moved the education sector of the state from where he met it to a higher ground.
It's like you put a wheel on my leg to be able to run faster than I am. And my aim in life is anywhere I get to, I must put my feet in the sand of time, so that when I leave the place, it will be difficult to forget about me. So working for my school, it will help me to do more and more.
Both House of Representative members, Shaba Ibrahim and Leke Abejide, through his Chief of Staff, also commended the organizer.
Give gratitude to God that our modest efforts have been recognized and appreciated. So I give thanks to God. There are so many things that are done not in the open, but if once you see some appreciation of your little effort, it's an elixir for you to do more. That's all I can say. I'm encouraged.
We are very happy.
Can we have that of the
It is a motivation, a springboard, and a challenge to us to do more for our masses and for the constituents that we are representing. And by the grace of God, we will use it and allow it to propel us to be committed to the programs ahead.
The GM, KGCSDA, Momo Dauda, and the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Electronic Media, Avoy Nwogu, thanked the governor and the management of Nigerian Post newspaper, saying receiving the award is a call to serve the people better.
This achievement is not by fluke. I did not influence this achievement. The Nigerian Post have seen what we are doing, and they decided to give us this award. This award is going to spur us to do more. I also want to thank the organizer of this award. That events like this should be an annual occurrence, so that people in the society can be recognized by their hard work.
It is a saying that if much is given to you, much is expected. The award will only prompt me to do more. It will only spur me to improve on what I've been doing that has generated interest and recognition. I should be able to deliver more for my society, and I will use the opportunity to thank His Excellency Alhaji Yaya Dozabelo, who has given me the opportunity to stand in as SSA to deliver on what I've been recognized for so far today.
The flag bearer of the All Progressives Congress (APC) for Ajakuta Federal Constituency, Sani Egidi Abdurrahim, and the Chief of Staff to the DG, Tinubu Support Group, Issa Dan, represented by Ahmed Muazu, said it was an honor to be recognized for their good works in the society.
It's for me to do more for the people. It's inclusiveness. Inclusiveness in terms of government and the citizen. Like security today, talk about security. Yes, it is agreed that is the constitutional responsibility of the government. But the process of achieving that responsibility, everybody must be involved. So today, for house not to come down here, for this house not to fall, it means that we must have inclusiveness. Everybody must be involved. We must not leave everything for government. Government cannot do everything.
The award is actually timely because whatever you do speaks for you. Based on its antecedents and record, I believe is an award that is well deserving, and I want you all is the sport to all every other co-guides to try as much as possible to do what they can to achieve what we have achieved so far. It's not by his own making, but by the will of the Almighty, and based on his own antecedents, I believe he deserves this award, and based on the service to humanity.
Abdurrahim used the occasion to tell the world why he gave a sum of 4 million naira to install the already purchased transformer for the people of 500 housing unit estate in Ajakuta local government area.
Our leadership is nothing than being influential or influence the life of people humanitarian around you for better life. So today, like we said, the transformer I gave yesterday is the sign of providing leadership for the people and make them happy. You cannot be a leader if your people around you are not happy around you.
Other recipients are Rector, Kogi State Polytechnic, Salisu Usman Ogbo, Provost, COE Ankpa, Mohammed Ibrahim, MD Keda, Rekia Onaivo Sani, Chairman Okehi, Abdurrahim Ohiare, Chairman Omala, Ibrahim Abo, and Chairman Yagba West, Pius Kolawole. Others are NLC Chairman Onu Edoka, Nolgi Chairman Tade Adeyemi, Vice President West Africa Youth Union, Ambassador Oladele Johnny, Osasheyi Foundation, Richard Osasheyi, PDP governorship aspirant Boluwafemi Rotimi, and Kogi West APC Senate candidate Sunday Karimi. Joshua Adinoy, reporting for MLC TV News.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, has again extended the ongoing strike, Newsflash Nigeria learned. The action of the nation's Public University Lecturers Union came after its National Executive Council NEC meeting held in Abuja. The meeting, which began late Sunday at the University of Abuja's headquarters of ASUU, ended early Monday morning with the resolution that the strike is rolled over. A lecturer with the University of Calabar, Unical, who disclosed this to our correspondent, said, ASUU has extended the strike again. This government has refused to pay us, so we can't go back to classes. He said he currently has over 1,000 scripts in his house, both marked and unmarked. He can't attend to them because the government is owing him 6 months. ASUU has been on strike since February 2022 over a disagreement in past agreements reached with the government. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reiterated his administration's commitment at making Lagos habitable for all residents in the state. The governor reinforced this at the closing of a 5-day interdenominational prayer of the Zion Prayer Mountain Outreach ZPMO held on Sunday in Lagos State. Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the Special Advisor on Christian Matters, the Very Reverend Bukola Adeleke, emphasized the importance of prayers in individual daily activities. He said, no doubt everyone needs prayers as a spiritual backup for daily endeavors and most particular as the government of the people. Our sustainability is dependent on prayers of the faithfuls and goodwill of the people of Lagos State. We cannot but continue to seek your support through prayers, especially as the world is facing various challenges. Reeling out the achievements of this administration in transportation, health, education, and other sectors, the governor assured Lagosians of a greater Lagos. In this current administration, God has indeed been our help, and we remain committed at making Lagos habitable for all residents, and to achieve this, the cooperation of all Lagosians is key. To end his speech, the governor implored the electorate to vote wisely during the 2023 general elections. The governor ended the message by quoting Franklin D. Roosevelt, "Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choices are prepared to choose wisely." The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. We therefore solicit your support, prayers, and education of the masses in voting wisely for the progress of Lagos and the prosperity of Nigeria. And to stories in politics, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has disclosed that his romance with some presidential candidates and political parties is not an indication that he has a preferred presidential candidate for the 2023 general elections, but that he rather has a national agenda. He said as an elder statesman, he has no anointed presidential candidate or a preferred political party, but an agenda for the country. He made this known in Minna, Niger State, after having separate closed-door meetings with former military president Ibrahim Babangida and Abdulsalam Abubakar at their uphill residence in Minna on Sunday. Obasanjo had at different fora had consultations with Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, All Progressive Congress candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and other prominent Nigerians from different political parties. Responding to journalists after a meeting with Abubakar, Obasanjo said he had come to visit his brother. As part of efforts to restructure the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA, the Director General Chief Executive Officer, DG CEO of the research agency, Professor Abdullahi Mustafa, has inaugurated a committee on restructuring and vacancy creation. While welcoming all members of the committee at the inaugural meeting, Professor Mustafa explained the committee's objectives and terms of reference. According to a report, the NABDA's DG/CEO said the restructuring will generate vacancies as well as address the challenge of stagnation, especially for research officers. Members of the restructuring committee include the DG Shetsko, Professor Paul Oyenekwe, Member NABDA Governing Board, Chief Livinus Opwakpa, Secretary General Asuri, and Member Governing Board FIRO, Professor Theophilos Ndubwaku, Director Officer of the Head of Service of the Federation, Omogo, representative from the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Ronel Gambo Dola, and NABDA Directors, Professor Mustafa appointed as NABDA DG CEO in November 2020. And he is believed to have been doing well with the administration of the agency, putting in place different laudable measures and taking noteworthy steps to improve and advance operations of NABDA. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please do stay with us.
Announcement. Conference University of Science and Technology, COSTECH, Osara. Commencement of 2022-2023 admission exercise. The Confluence University of Science and Technology, COSTECH, Osara, a university wholly owned by Kogi State, is currently in session and has commenced the process of admission into all the programs of the university approved by the National Universities Commission (NUC) for the 2022-2023 academic session. The programs, which are fully available on the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAM) platform for admissions, are as follows: Faculty of Science, Applied Geophysics, Biology, Biochemistry, Chemistry, Geology, Mathematics, Microbiology, Physics, Statistics. Faculty of Computing and Informatics, Computer Science, Cybersecurity, Software Engineering, Information Technology. Faculty of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Computer Engineering, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Mining Engineering. All the programs are available for both UTME and direct entry candidates. What a prospective candidate should do. Candidates should normally have selected COSTECH as university of first choice. However, a candidate who wishes to switch to the university should effect the change on the JAM portal and select Confluence University of Science and Technology, OSARA, as university of first choice. The candidate should select the desired program for which he or she has the requisite UTME subject combination and relevant O-level results. Candidates should ensure that his or her O-level results are successfully uploaded on the JAM portal for admissions. Any candidate whose results are not uploaded will not be available on JAM's Central Admission Processing System (CAPS) for admission processing. Candidates should proceed to the university website www.costech.edu.ng or click this link bit.ly/COSTECH admissions to upload his or her details for post-UTME screening again. The candidate should ensure that he or she has the right UTME subject combination and at least 5 credits in relevant O-level subjects, including English language and mathematics. As required for the program selected, the registration is free. For further information, forward your inquiry to admissions@costechedu.edu.ng. Sign, Olufunke Hudson, Registrar.
Glad to have you back with us. And now to story in crime. Former militants from Akwa Ibom State have threatened to shut down oil production in the state if the federal government refuses to revoke the 4 billion naira annual pipeline surveillance contract awarded to Tompolo. Libe had earlier reported that the federal government has signed the deal with Tompolo to end illegal bunkering, illegal refining, and other forms of oil theft in the Niger Delta. The duties of the former MENT commander will be to monitor and oversee other surveillance contractors and their activities in the entire Niger Delta. In a petition signed by the State Coordinator General of the Ex-Militant Forum, Johnson Solomon, and the Secretary Godwin Odohuakwa, the former Akwa Ibom militants gave the federal government 7 days ultimatum to address the situation or face mass protest that might affect oil and gas production in the state. The group said it was wrong for the federal government to award contract for the surveillance of oil pipelines passing through Akwa Ibom State without engaging youths from the state whose communities had suffered environmental degradation over the years as a result of oil exploration and exploitation activities. The group called on the federal government and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, to revoke the contract with Tompolo to accommodate former Niger Delta agitators from Akwa Ibom State, pointing out that most of the oil and the gas pipelines pass through the state. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Monday dismissed an application the federal government filed for permission to extradite the detained Deputy Commissioner of the Police, DCP Abba Kyari, to the United States of America, USA, to face trial over his alleged involvement with the notorious internet fraudster Ramon Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy. The court, in a judgment that was delivered by the Justice Nyang Ekwo, held that the extradition application federal government filed through the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami San, was incompetent and bereft of merit.
Justice Eko heard the AGF, Malami San, being the chief law officer of the country, ought to be aware that the Extradition Act forbade the surrendering of a defendant that is already facing trial before a competent court in the country. The court wondered why the AGF approached the court with the extradition application when he was equally the one that issued FIAT to the National Drug Law Enforcement to prosecute DCP Kyari on drug-related charges. The AGF could not say that he was not aware of the pending proceeding against the defendant, which was entered against him by the NDLEA. Justice Ekwo added, he said the law was clear that Kyari had been dogged before a court of competent jurisdiction in the country, shall not be surrendered until such case has been discharged, either by his conviction or acquittal. Consequently, the court held that the extradition request was incompetent and deserved to be dismissed. It will be recalled that the court had on June 3rd reserved the matter for judgment after it heard from federal government lawyer Mr. Pius Akuta and that of the embattled DCP, Mr. Nureni Jimo San. While federal government maintained it had met all conditions precedent for the suspended DCP to be sent to the US. While federal government maintained that it had met all conditions precedent for the suspended DCP to be sent to the US to answer to a criminal charge that is pending against him. On the other hand, Kyari challenged the legal competence of the extradition request against him. Kyari, who is currently in prison custody for a drug-related charges, told the court that contrary to the allegation against him, he had some months before Hush Puppy was arrested, sent a letter to both the Attorney General of the Federation and the Inspector General of Police, notifying them that he had opened a channel of communication with the suspected internet fraudster in furtherance of an ongoing investigation. Kyari is wanted in the U.S. to stand trial for conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, and identity theft. A grand jury has in April 29, 2021, filed an indictment against him with the approval of the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California, after which a warrant was issued for his arrest. Hush Puppy had earlier pleaded guilty to the alleged $1.1 million fraud charge against him, even as the U.S. Attorney Office for Central District of California, Los Angeles, revealed that he will be sentenced on September 21.
Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have arrested a cleaner at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport, MMIA, Ikeja, Lagos, Ohiagu, Sunday, who leads the drug syndicate at the international wing of the airport. He was nabbed following the arrest of an intending passenger on Air Peace flight to Dubai, UAE, Obina Jacob Osita, who was arrested with 3 bags of 2 which contained 8 blocks of cannabis sativa weighing 4.25 kilogram concealing cassava products, gari and crayfish. A statement issued by Femi Babafemi, NDLEA Director Media Advocacy in Abuja, said one other member of the airport syndicate who works at Ohiagu has also been arrested, while operatives are after another suspect. For the comprehensive report of the month, let's join our reporter for more.
It was contained in the statement that investigations reveal that a Dubai-based drug dealer recruited Obina, a 42-year-old native of Oyi local government area, Anambra State, to traffic the drugs, and equally contracted Ohiagu, a 34-year-old airport cleaner from Olu West local government area of Imo State, to create access for the unhindered passage of the trafficker. The drug syndicate burst, which is the first drug arrest at the new terminal of the MMIA, comes on the heels of the seizure of a consignment of bottles of Viju and Fearless energy drinks used to conceal skunk for export to Dubai, UAE, through the narco export shared on Monday, 15th August. A freight agent has already been arrested in connection with the seizure. In the same vein, An attempt by a syndicate to export illicit drugs through the Lagos airport on 24th August was foiled during an outward clearance of passengers on Ethiopian airline to Oman via Addis Ababa. A suspect, Jonah Chukwemeka, was also arrested with a total of 1,995 tramadol tablets with a gross weight of 900 grams hidden in locust beans in his luggage. The bag containing the illicit substance was handed over to him at the airport by one Olagunju Abbas, who was promptly arrested. Packs of tramadol 225 mg containing 119,500 capsules were on 25th August transferred to NDLEA by the Nigerian Customs Cargo Wing of MMIA. The consignment had come in through Ethiopian airline from Pakistan. Meanwhile, NDLEA operatives on Saturday raided a car shop, Bolak Motors, at Ewela bus stop, Oshodi, where bags of 615 2 kg cannabis were recovered along with 9 vehicles. Efforts are ongoing to track the car dealer, Alhaji Ismail, who is currently at large. No fewer than 8 suspects were arrested and bags of illicit drugs seized from them at Akerele area of Agege, Shogunle and Mafoluku areas of Oshodi, Fagba area of Ogba, Ikwodo area of Ikeja and Iyanokpaja Park were raided also. In Yobe State, 2 suspected fake security agents taking 14 kg of cannabis to Maiduguri, Borno State, were intercepted along Potiskum Damaturu Road, while Adetula Olanrewaju was arrested with 4 blocks of the substance on 25th August on his way from Lagos. Sadiq Gabra, returning from Gombe, was nabbed with 22 blocks of the substance on 27th August. In Edo, Abu Shagu Sunday was arrested with 48.4 kg cannabis at IDK Quarter, Ibilo, while Rosemary Afekwai was caught with 1,130 tramadol caps, among others, at Oluma Quarters, Otuo, Owan East, LGA. In Delta, Mustafa Issa was arrested at Oko Market with 9,800 tramadol caps weighing 6.4 kg, while NDLEA operatives in Kaduna also nabbed Chinedu Onuka at Narayi, Kaduna, with 33,000 tablets of bromazepine. No fewer than 80 blocks of cannabis sativa were recovered from an abandoned tricycle with registration number BAU70WL, while 25,000 tablets of Exol 5 were seized from a dealer, Usman Mohammed, who was nabbed along Bauchi Gombe Road. A raid operation at a market in Mubi, Adamawa State on 24th August led to the seizure of 62,360 tablets of tramadol, diazepam and Exol 5, while 2 suspects, Sirajo Idris and Anas Abubakar, were arrested same day with 107 pallets of cannabis at Kamba, a border town in Kebbi State. The skunk, weighing 90 kg, was smuggled in from Benin Republic. In Kano, a drug dealer, Lawal Adamu, 31, was arrested along Zaria Kano Road, Kwana Dangora, with 203 blocks of cannabis weighing 136 kg, while another suspect, Tahir Abdullahi, was nabbed on 26 August at Gada Tamburawa with 3,000 capsules of tramadol injection. A raid operation at Kara Masaka, back of Marabraba Market and Zamani Estate on 27 August led to the arrest of 26 suspects, while 25.7 kg cannabis, 4.5 kg codeine, and 300 tablets of rohyphenol tablets were seized from the drug joint raided. In Sokoto State, the village head of Ruga, Shagari local government area, Umaru Mohammed Akadanabala, a notorious drug dealer who was arrested on 22nd August, will be facing charges soon before his recent arrest, during which 436.381 kg cannabis and 1 kg diazepam were recovered from his house. An earlier raid on his home on July 20th, 2022 had also led to the seizure of 1.5 kg cannabis, 2.259 kg Exol 5, and 500 grams of diazepam. That is the comprehensive report of activities of NDLEA for August 2022. I am Adenike Dada, reporting for MLC TV.
And on the foreign scene, fighting has continued to be reported in the northern Ethiopia's Amhara region, bordering Tigray, after a 5-month humanitarian truce was shattered last week. Tigrayan forces took the Amhara town of Kobo on Saturday after pushing southwards near the border. The army had earlier said it was withdrawing from the town to avoid the risk of a high number of casualties. Residents of nearby towns and villages who have talked to the BBC say fighting has continued in the mountain ranges close by and the situation remained volatile. Meanwhile, authorities in the Waldia and Dessie, the 2 major Amhara cities near the area, have imposed partial nighttime curfews. Ethiopian regional governments, including Oromia and the Somali region in the east, have expressed solidarity with the army and the Amhara and Afar regions that are the scenes of the renewed clashes. At the height of the war last year, various regions sent forces to the front lines. There are widespread claims on social media that Tigrayan borders with neighboring Eritrea could also see the return of active fighting. Senior Tigrayan official Getachew Rida has claimed members of the Ethiopian Army's Eastern Command crossed borders to join the efforts with Eritrean allies. The BBC has so far not been able to confirm any of the claims. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, who has not publicly spoken since the resumption of the fighting, has traveled to Algeria on an official work trip. 2 Air France pilots have been suspended after a physical altercation in the cockpit, reports say. The pilot and co-pilot exchanged blows as they flew on Airbus A320 from Geneva to Paris in June, Swiss news outlet La Tribune said. Members of the cabin crew intervened after hearing the noise. 1 crew member stayed in the cockpit until the flight landed safely. The incident did not affect the flight, the airline told LA Tribune. The incident comes after a report published by France's air investigation body on Tuesday said the airline had a culture which lacked rigor when it came to safety procedures. And on to sports. Let's now join Jonah Malik for the sports news.
On sports updates, Nigerian national men's basketball team, the Tigers, suffered another defeat in their quest to qualify for the 2023 FIBA World Cup as they lost 67-70 to Angola in their Group E match at Palais des Sports de Trècheville on Sunday. The Tigers are vying to pick one of the 5 slots for African teams at the 2023 FIBA World Cup. After bouncing back from their Friday defeat to Ivory Coast to beat Guinea 89-70 on Saturday, the Tigers put up another underwhelming performance as Angola dents their hope of playing at the World Cup. Game day 9 saw a sluggish start from the Tigers as they lost the first quarter 16-18. The Nigerian team, however, bounced back in the second quarter to win 13-9. The Angolans came out stronger in their third quarter with some neat steal and fast breaks to end the quarter 16-23. The less clinical, the Tigers fought back to take the fourth quarter 22-20, but the Angolans held on for a 70-67 win. Up next for Nigeria is the next window of FIBA World Cup qualifiers is a game against Ivory Coast on Friday, February 24, 2023. 16 African teams are competing in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 African qualifiers through 5 tournament windows over 15 months. The qualifiers, which run from November 2021 to February 2023, will see 5 African national teams earn a spot in the FIBA Basketball World Cup that is scheduled to take place from August 25th to September 10, 2023 in Japan, Indonesia and the Philippines. Cable straight to football, Manchester United have agreed a deal with Ajax for Brazilian winger Anthony. It is understood that Manchester United will pay an initial fee of £80.75 million with a further £4.25 million in add-ons. The 23-year-old is due to arrive in Manchester United to complete his medical within the next 48 hours. Anthony will become Manchester United joint second most expensive signing alongside defender Harry Maguire. The £89 million paid for Paul Pogba remains the club's record. Anthony scored 25 goals and provided 22 assists in 82 appearances for Ajax, having joined the Dutch side from Sao Paulo in 2020 and played under current United boss Erik ten Hag. He made his international debut for the Brazilian national team in October 2021 and has 2 goals in 9 appearances. The attacker will become Manchester United's 5th signing of the summer following the arrival of his former Ajax teammates defender Lisandro Martinez, midfielder Casemiro from Real Madrid, fullback Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord, and playmaker Christian Eriksen on a free transfer. And that's sports update on MLC TV News Hour. I am Malik Jonah reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Thanks, Jonah, for the update. And now let's join Matthias Ayodeji for the entertainment news update.
On our foreign entertainment news, HBO has greenlight Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon for its 2nd season, days after its pilot episode skyrocketed to 20 million views across HBO Max and other on-demand platforms. Confirming the show's renewal, Francesca Ossi, Executive VP HBO Programming, shared they are beyond proud of what the entire House of the Dragon team has accomplished with Season 1. The phenomenal cast and crew undertook a massive challenge and exceeded all expectations, delivering a show that has already established itself as must-see TV. She said they couldn't be more excited to continue bringing to life the epic saga of House Targaryen with Season 2. The first of 10 episodes of House of the Dragon premiered last Sunday, ushering fans 200 years before the event in Game of Thrones. The series released scored a major record for the streamer, currently rivaling the 6th season of the original show. House of the Dragon stars Paddy Cassidy as King Viserys Targaryen, Olivia Cook as Alicent Hightower, Emma Diaki as Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, and Matt Smith as Prince Daemon Targaryen. Crossing over to Africa, Big Brother had viewers holding their breath during the week's Sunday live show after host Ebuka Obi Nchendu announced a possible eviction of at least one housemate. The housemate turned out to be one of Biggie's fake housemate, Modella. Housed to the live show, other fake housemate DG, Chizzy and Rachel were instructed to not come forward if an announcement of a fake housemate is made. Modella joined the show with DG a month ago as a fake housemate. While their roles were not explicitly stated, Modella failed Big Brother's fake stacks. Recall that the housemates were instructed to cause some chaos in the Beauty and Groovy ship, a task she found too occult to undertake. Away from her failed task, Modella stayed on the show got exciting towards its end with a situationship with Brian. Modella also earned herself a role in a Showmax original for winning the streamer's tax. And that's all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter.
Thank you, Matthias, for the update. And that is the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow, same time, hour, to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV1. For your event coverage, information, contribution, advert and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Morno Banagugu. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to ensure that you build a united and peaceful society together. Have a lovely evening.